What have you thought of Will Richard? He gets to start tonight. He's obviously kind of the young guy in camp.
30 minutes, Will played very well. Only way you can get better in this league, and as a young guy, you can learn and know where your spot's going to be and get the feel is just, throw him in the fire, and that's what Steve did today, and just let him rock. I think he played tremendous, did a lot of good things on defense, right spots, and then offensively hit shots and, made plays for others.
What have you seen with regards to his approach during training camp and practice?
No, it's the same. He's the same approach. He's, learning from all the guys, vets 30. So, he's picking up good habits, and he just continued to build off that. So, he's been great all camp.
Gary, obviously there's one more game left before it all really gets rolling. Do you guys feel like you're in a good spot given that there's about a week before the real stuff starts?
Yeah, absolutely. We understand most of our vets, are going to be out a number of games throughout the year. So really leaning on the young guys to, pick up things quickly, and they're going to have to help us win quite a few games, without them. It's going to be games like tonight where Dre and Jimmy don't play, but Steph. So we got to find out ways to get him going, and work and play around them. So I think we did well. Just clean up the turnovers early in the first half, and I think we'll be in a good spot.
Steph with 28 tonight. Just how sharp has he been during camp?
He's Wardell. We expect him to come in doing what he does, where he left off. And, like nights like tonight, he leads for us, and we follow and feed off him. So nobody worries about him.
How much has Steve been kind of drilling you all behind the scenes on the turnovers and the fouls?
We know better. We just got to emphasize on it and make the right plays, and don't always got to, look for the home run and just hit singles and be safe than rather take risks early in the games. So we'll be all right. You guys are great.
There's a lot of back and forth between you and him. So from your point of view, is there a chance that does he has potential to become a legit parameter threat in the future, maybe?
Like you're talking about his shot, his shooting?
Shot, yeah, exactly. Looking at shooting motion and everything.
I think his shot mechanics are good. And I've seen clips of him putting it on the floor of that. So, if he gets that wide open 3-point shot down, it'll definitely improve his game, because I think he's talented enough to put it on the floor of that and make plays. I think he's a really talented player, and I think just with him growing, playing more games, it'll really help him improve. Just getting those reps in, but no, I think he's a great young prospect for sure. Keep working on that 3-point shot, and we'll open up the rest of his game for sure.
When you feel like the rhythm is where it needs to be heading into next week?
I think what you just saw today is just having Steph Curry on the court. He just makes everything so much easier for everybody offensively. And defensively, I thought we did a lot better job than our first time seeing them. We controlled the pace a little better. Still, we turned the ball over too much. And on the defensive glass, I don't know what the rebounding battle was. I know for me, personally, in my play, all I care about right now is just becoming a better rebounder. Like, that's for me to stay on the floor. That's the biggest thing. But especially comparing to how we played them the first time, I thought we did a better job today.
What was it like being out there with Will? What did you see from him tonight?
Will was awesome. I told him after the game. I told him last game, every time you're open, just let it fly. That's going to help you out. Just establish yourself as a shooter. He's a great shooter. I've seen him shoot so much. But for a first start, I think he was absolutely amazing. He keeps the ball moving. He shoots the how do they say that? The leather of the ball. Yeah, good American. There you go. And then I think he's a great team defender. Like he plays in the gaps. He's in the right spots. So for a first game starting like that, he played 30 minutes. Absolutely incredible. I thought he played really well.
To go back to the next question, and what you said about Steph and just having him out there, what kind of tone has he set just throughout camp?
I think this is a big statement game for him. Like, he was out last game, and then just to come back, he said something before the game. It was good. I just don't remember what he said. But his leadership and just setting the tone offensively. Yeah, he had 28. He just makes all the difference.
Will, can you feel like you've earned the trust of Steve and the coaching staff already?
I feel like I have. For me, probably just going out there and trying to play the right way, keeping it simple. And throughout training camp, I've just been asking a lot of questions. I want to be on the same page as everybody, and I know we have a vet team, so it's for me to catch up. So for me, I'm just trying to go out here and ask questions, make sure when I get out on the court, I know exactly what's going on.
Have you run with the ones at all, the first group at all in practice?
This was the first time.
When did you get word you were starting?
I got it word in a shoot-around today, so I was definitely excited, ready to go out there and compete.
What, if anything, felt different being out there with that first unit?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just basketball, but it's definitely a little different going out there and playing with Steph and those guys because they know how to play. They played the game for a long time, and it's just a lot more simple when you're out there with them.
How did you think you did tonight?
I thought I did well. I definitely I left some free throws out there. Definitely got some defense rotation stuff that I got to get down and get adjusted to. But I thought for my first time being out there with those guys, I felt like I did pretty well.
What's the biggest leap you feel like you've made from the start of camp to now a couple weeks in?
I'll probably say just how adjusted I'm getting with the system. I know exactly what Coach Kerr wants while we're on the court, and I feel like I'm able to keep the game simple. I'm knowing where to go on defense. I know what to do on offense, whether that's spacing or cutting, when the right time to cut and stuff like that. So I'll probably say just knowing what exactly is going on.
Still had like 10 first-half turnovers and a bunch of fouls. It's something we talked about pregame. Obviously, it was cleaned up somewhat in the second half, but post-game, how do you feel about how?
Well, we didn't exactly accomplish what we set out to, pregame in terms of, limiting fouls, limiting turnovers. But really proud of the way the guys played. It felt like we just kind of got our feet underneath us those last few minutes of the first half. They were taking it to us almost the entire half, and then that stretch, that last 3 or 4 minutes of the second quarter, changed everything. The ball really started to move, played with more pace, more force, and it was really fun seeing the young guys out there competing and coming up with a win.
What did you think of Will's performance today?
Will's good. Will really knows how to play. He's in the right spots all the time. He's active defensively. He sees the game well. Knocked down his threes tonight, and we're really excited about him. He's a very good player.
Is there a pathway toward playing time for him at some point?
Yeah. I mean, if you're on the roster, there's always going to be a path. There's so much happens during the 82. And I know one thing, I won't hesitate to put him out there. I have a lot of confidence in him already.
What happened on that Kuminga tag?
He got fouled. It was a frustration play. I have no problem with it. I mean, he deserved the foul. He was getting fouled quite a bit. It was a physical game. And the way he ran on that play, the activity that he played with, the rebounding, he had 6 boards, in one half, 17 minutes. That's the JK who can really help our team. And I love the way he played. I love the fire, the passion. I don't mind the ejection at all. I kind of liked it, actually. So I thought JK was terrific tonight.
Were you surprised they won technical tossed them?
No, because after they called, was it one? He called 2 in one play.
Yeah, it was one. You could eject someone at 110.
Yeah. I wasn't surprised he got ejected because he kind of got right in Rodney's face, and you can't do that. They're gonna eject you if you do that. But like I said, I like the fire. I like the energy that he played with, the emotion. I think JK is having an excellent camp, and I'm excited about how he looks.
Steph with 28 points. I think he was in double figures of his first 2 preseason games. What do you make of his approach this preseason? What do you think of how he set the tone tonight?
Just a methodical approach as usual, very calculated conditioning-wise. He works really closely with our strength and conditioning program and with our guys, Dave Taylor, Rick, and it's been a good, perfect progression. I asked him at the timeout, mid-third or late third, if he wanted to come out. I think it was 4.5 minutes, and he said, "Give me one more run." And that's how Steph is. Like he has a good feel for his body and what he needs. And I thought tonight was a really good night for his rhythm and his conditioning. You could kind of see him playing through some stretches, and he's right where he needs to be.